guys, so today I'm 26 weeks pregnant and I just am really excited that I'm finally getting the weeks are going by so much faster, which is bittersweet because I'm glad to be nearing the end, but I'm also sad to say goodbye to my second trimester because next week I will be the beginning of my third trimester. It's kind of overwhelming yet very exciting at the same time. So as of now I have gained 13.5 pounds. I only gained half of a pound last week in my entire pregnancy, and the normal range is between 8 and 15, so I'm right in the middle, so very good. I also noticed usually whenever I look at all the different apps, they sometimes have this, like a few of them have the same fruit. This time every single one of them have a completely different fruit, and I want to share you the ones that they have. So on the Expecting app, they have an eggplant. The baby measures around 14 inches long from head to heel. At this point your baby weighs a little less than 2 pounds. Your baby's eyes have completely formed and will open soon, and he or she will begin to blink. Your baby will be able to distinguish between light and dark from the inside of your uterus, and your baby's oil and sweat glands are also functional. He or she can respond to noise and has grown accustomed to the sounds of your heartbeat, digestion, and other bodily function, as well as your voice. Your baby can even move in rhythm to music, which is really cool. Your baby will also continue to gain body fat and develop its blood vessels. His or her veins are still visible through this skin right now, but the skin is quickly becoming opaque. You should also have been able to hear your baby's heartbeat at visits to your doctor. Your partner may even be able to hear the baby heartbeat by putting his or her head to the belly. Don't worry if you hear a skip beat. This is called arrhythmia. It occurs often in the heartbeat of developing babies. So that's on the Expecting app. And on the Bump, your baby is as big as a head of lettuce. So it says she ranges 13.6 to 14.8 inches and is 1.5 pounds to 2.5 pounds. So there is a difference there. They're giving you kind of a range, which I like it when they give you a range because depending on your anatomy scan, you can gauge if your baby is on the bigger side or on the smaller side. And so you kind of gauge it better because not everybody's baby is the same. So I really like that. But it says her eyes are forming and her eyes will soon start to open, and her eyelashes are now grown too. She's getting her immune system ready for life and on the outside up by soaking up all of your antibodies. She's taking breaths too. They're often in amniotic fluid, not air, but it's still good practice. It says she's developing her senses and features and talents. It says at this point it probably feels like this baby has taken over your life. Very true. She's interfering with your sleep. She messes with your brain. She might even be giving you stress headache or two. It's normal to be experiencing some mild swelling, but around week 26 it's important to watch out for swelling, severe or sudden. It could be the sign of a dangerous condition called preeclampsia. Now I have been swelling. My feet pretty much stay swollen. If I walk outside, they're going to swell up. If I'm on my feet all day, they're going to be swollen. Now my hands have started to swell. If I go outside and I'm doing anything out there for more than 30 minutes, my hands get so swollen and it's so obnoxious. So I'm not really sure when the point is where I'm going to have to take my ring off, but I'm sad for that day because me and Garrett don't have a replacement ring to put on my finger. So it's going to be really, really strange, but we'll figure it out. And it says noticing your belly occasionally feeling really tight. That is a contraction. Yep, already, don't freak out. Your body is just practicing some tightening in preparation for labor. As long as your contractions aren't steady or severe, you're not in labor. So I'm good. I'm not in labor. They're not severe. Okay, so some of the symptoms for this week. It says trouble sleeping. The closer you get to your due date, the tougher it might be to get some rest. I haven't been sleeping for the past month, like I've said. I still haven't gotten any sleep, and it's really taking a toll on my emotional well-being. So that's been interesting. Swelling, I already told you about that. Headaches, I did have a horrible migraine beginning of the week. Pregnancy brain. I do forget a lot of things, more than usual, but I'm doing more things now to not forget. Like I'm leaving notes everywhere. I'm making a point to read every note that I write instead of writing it, putting it somewhere, walking away and forgetting about it. I'm trying to make a conscious effort to not forget things because if I forget things at work, it's a big deal. If I forget things with paying our bills, it's a big deal. It's just, I'm trying my best, but I do forget things. It says Braxton Hicks contractions, I already told you about that. Slightly higher blood pressure, that's normal at this phase of pregnancy. Yes, I have had higher blood pressure-ish problems because I'm so stressed out. but it's not a constant thing. It's just, I just need to learn to work it down. But yes, that's from The Bump. And let's see, the Ovia pregnancy app says your baby is the size of a butternut squash, which I think this is so cool. It has on their app, I don't know if you can see that, but it has the hand in pink, what size hand is now, and then like in white is at 9 months. And that's just so small. Just think to put your little pinky there and she could just barely grab my finger. And her hand has a long way to grow, if you can even see that. And one thing that it says on this app, it says your baby's brain is showing electrical activity which allows it to better regulate its internal process, which is pretty cool. So it's really everything from the apps, but I do want to talk about another thing, is that I have had some really leaky breasts. Like, it hasn't been consistent like it was in the past, but the other night I was just laying there on my side with my arm like this, like under my breast, and I rolled over to lay on the other side, and I noticed my arm was completely soaked, and that this part was completely soaked too. So it's only this boob that is leaking. This one did it at the beginning, and now it like spots sometimes, but this one is the one that's like shooting it out. And it's very annoying. It doesn't ruin your clothes like they say it does, but it you have to wash it obviously, but it's just rather annoying to have to constantly change shirts. Okay, so now we're done with the apps and all that stuff. I want to talk to you guys about this past week, how it has been the worst week that I've had since I've been pregnant, and also it has been the best week since I've been pregnant. So the worst, I have not had any sleep, and my body's finally starting to ache, and there's so many things going on. Your hormones are all out of whack now, migraines, and things in my personal life have just like really been getting to me, and things that happen in my personal life all the time. It's happening more, and I need to come up with ways to deal with that, because the way I'm letting it stress me out is not healthy for me, and it's not healthy for my baby, and it's just gonna be a daily struggle. But in my first trimester, I was nauseous. I lost 11 pounds. I slept for 6 weeks straight, and I thought it was bad then, but it really wasn't that bad because I was sleeping the whole time. And it's the beginning of it, you know. You think, oh, this is gonna be the worst of it and then I'll be fine. No, it's not. So the pain that I've been in the past week has been my joints whenever I lay on either side, because you can't lay on your stomach and you can't lay on your back. My shoulders are starting to take a toll, and so are my hips, and they start hurting really bad. Also, since my boobs have gotten bigger, they just put so much more weight on me whenever like I'm laying on my side. Like one squishes the other one, and it's really uncomfortable. Also, it's not comfortable anymore to like switch sides. Like I'll just be laying flat on the side, and then I'll just like roll over here. My stomach hurts a little bit. I get up multiple times to go pee in the middle of the night. And also my heartburn has gotten to a whole nother level, people. Like, oh my gosh, to a whole nother level. So I have started putting a few pillows up and sleeping pretty much like this, just sitting up like this, with my head up against the headboard and a few pillows behind me. And as the night progresses, like every 2 to 3 hours, I'll slowly start taking pillows away, and I'll end up waking up in the middle of the night on the thinnest pillow, flat. And that has actually been working for me the past 2 days. Before that, I would start off with just like slightly elevated, and it was just not helping. And people say, my doctor kept telling me don't eat right before you go to bed, but I am starving right before I go to bed, so I have to eat something, and I have to have a chocolate milk or something, a thicker liquid to take my prenatal with, or I get sick. So I've just had to sleep up, and it's uncomfortable, but it's so much better than laying down flat and then waking up because like everything is coming up that you ate a few hours ago, because your throat is just like lit on fire, and your chest hurts so bad from the heartburn. And my cough, there's 3 stages of like heartburn, indigestion, whatever. You have the heartburn, which I explained this in the last video, but anyways, you have the heartburn where your heart just hurts because it's just burning. You have acid reflux, where the acid from your stomach comes up and it burns your throat. And then you have a cough that whenever it comes up on your throat sometimes, or it just bubbles, it leaves a really dry, horrible cough where you feel like you're trying to cough something up, but you can't. I don't know. It's just interesting. So sitting up like that has really helped me. One thing that was really strange that happened the other day, it felt like I had a pool of blood over, like on top of my epiglottis, which is the little flap that goes over your esophagus, and I could not cough it up, and it was driving me crazy. I was up for like 4 hours trying to like cough it up or to figure it out, because my mouth tasted like blood, but there was nothing back there. Like I looked and everything was fine, but it was the most uncomfortable thing. Every time I'd lay down, I'd like start to gag on myself. So that was fun. But I mean, there's a lot of other things that factor into not getting good sleep, but I want to go ahead and cut that out because this video is going to be way too long, and let's talk about the positive. Okay, so Saturday night I was laying on the couch. I was just kind of like had the back of the couch here, back of my head, and I was just like leaning down here, had my phone resting on my stomach watching a YouTube video, and all of a sudden out of nowhere this hand like flings up, and I'm like, whoa, what was that? And I looked down at my stomach, and you could see, like, here's the flatness, you see this, and I was like, oh my god. So Garrett's in the shower with the door closed, and I'm screaming my head off for him to come in here and check it out. He doesn't hear me, so I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna have this moment. I'm not gonna scream and scare her where she doesn't do it anymore. So I just sat there, I pulled my shirt up and just stared at my stomach, and I just kept seeing it go. It was all on this side. It was all on this side of my stomach, and it was just like, it was the weirdest thing. And finally she started moving around, and it went down here, and she was doing it, and it just like kept moving around, and it was the craziest thing. So the person I was watching was Beauty by Christy. She's actually a subscriber of mine. If you're watching this video, then yay, thank you so much. Your voice just got her excited apparently, and she just started kicking. And so Garrett finally came in there. He was able to feel and see her kick like intensely, and it was amazing. It was the most amazing feeling ever, and she's been doing it ever since. And I feel like people say that your babies have different like schedules. I feel like she doesn't have a schedule. She's doing it constantly. Like maybe there's an hour in between where she's not doing it. So does that mean that this baby is going to be up all day? It kind of freaks me out a little bit. So that's interesting. So that was the highlight of my entire pregnancy, is feeling that and seeing that. Her kick, it's been so long overdue, and to actually see the kick was crazy. And it's all, she moves the most whenever I'm watching YouTube videos, YouTuber, or like Makeup by Tiffany D. The first time I felt her like squirm in my stomach, I was watching her, and I had it rested on top of my stomach, watching one of her pregnancy videos, and she started squirming around in there, and it's such a cool feeling. And that's what happened with this one. I was watching Beauty by Christy's video resting on my stomach. It was one of her pregnancy videos, and she did that big kick. So it's really exciting. It's usually pregnancy videos when she starts moving, which is kind of strange, but I'm just really happy and excited to have felt that. And Makeup by Tiffany D actually mentioned in one of her pregnancy vlogs that if any of you followed her during her pregnancy journey, she said she developed this weird sound whenever her daughter Olivia would kick, like where it was like a visible kick, like a pretty good one, and she developed a sound like whoo, and I thought that was just so ridiculous, because I was like, mine are so faint that I don't think I'm gonna have that issue. But the other day when she kicked like that again, I made the exact same noise, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know what she's talking about. That's hilarious. So I've kind of been making that noise only whenever she does like a big kick. If it's like little ones, I'm just like get really happy, and I like touch my stomach. So that was amazing. I can't even stress enough how amazing finally feeling that was, and I'm just so happy she's moving in there. And so that was the best thing that happened. But I do have one pet peeve. Let me know if you guys did this when you were pregnant, but for some reason it bothers me so much. Like if you watch some of the pregnancy videos on the apps, like the women who are reading to their babies their stomachs, whoa, they're just like this, like they're aggressively petting themselves, and it's just like this, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't know why. I feel bad saying that, because I feel like a lot of women like really want to rub their stomach, but it really freaks me out, like to the point of like cringing. And I don't know if that's just my hormones going crazy or what. Does that bother you guys? Over petting, people over petting their stomach? That sounds so random. That's my random little rant of the day. But anyways, okay, enough of all that stuff. Now I'm going to show you things that we have gotten. So Garrett's boss recently had her little girl. Her name's Lucy. And, well, recently she had her back in August, July, August, somewhere in there. So almost a year ago. And so she gave us a lot of her hand-me-downs. And I just thought that was so sweet because she could have easily thrown it away, easily given it to Goodwill. It would have been a lot easier. But instead, she put it all together and brought it to work and gave to Garrett for us to have for our little girl. So the first thing, which is awesome because we have nothing like this, was this little bitty plaything. It has a piano. It has this little mirror here and like little bitty toys that she can play with. And it has like this little mat that goes all the way down. But it's just, we actually, when he first brought her home, we turned it on and the dog, Django, came and sat in my lap and just like stared at it whenever the music was going. And it was so cute. He was so happy. And when I brought it up here, he ran under the little hangy thingies, whatever they're called, and they've really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to see how they act with her laying on it. So the hand-me-down clothes that, and I showed you last time, she actually got us a gift, which was really sweet, but these are the little hand-me-downs she got us from her little girl. Since she had a summer baby, we're having a summer baby, it's perfect. So first thing is this little onesie with a flamingo. I love that it's yellow. Like, that is just so freaking precious. And it looks like there's a little skirt, or makes it like a shirt and a bottom. That was so cute. And then this one too with like little strawberries. That is just too precious. I can't not wait to see her in those. And then she gave this little bitty pink onesie. And it's like really soft too. And I just can't believe. Like, she's got so many clothes already. It's crazy. And this is something I've actually never seen, but it's like a little diaper cover. It has a little bow in the back, or a flower in the back. But it's just so freaking adorable. So I can put it over a diaper and she can just have a t-shirt on and she looks put together. So there's that. She got her little LSU, or she let us have her daughter's little LSU onesie. It has these little ruched up here sleeves. So that's adorable because she will, this is 3 to 6 months, she'll be that old during LSU season, or football season. And probably my favorite one, which I think is so cute, I haven't seen anything like this, is this one. It's got the cream lace. It's just so freaking precious. Like, come on now. I think it's beautiful. It's the crocheted knit top. And then also this cute changing pad. So that's going to be great for traveling. I can just throw this in my purse, and whenever I need to change her, either in the back of the car or if we have to go into a public restroom, we can use that too. So that was really sweet. And like, really, his boss is the biggest sweetheart ever. Like, that just really made my day. And then today, actually, one of his clients got him a gift for her, and this is from Oh Baby, a children's collection. It's a little store here in Baton Rouge, which we have not been to yet, but we every time we decide to go to it, they're closed. Like, the week before that, we were going to go to it like on a Saturday, and then something happened. Then we were going to go to it last weekend on a Sunday, but they're closed on Sunday. So anyway, she got this little bitty little, and Garrett's boss got us one of these, but it's a white bunny. And so she has a white bunny and a pink little bear. I'm just really excited. That's so cute. She can bring this around with her. She can snuggle with it in her crib, and all is right with the world. She'll be happy. And then they got this beautiful little dress. Look at that. That is just so freaking pretty. Let's see how old this is. 12 months. So this is our first 12-month piece. So that's really exciting. So when she's a year old, this could be one of her dresses that she can wear. I was going to say her birthday dress, but you know, we're going to get a big old cake and she's going to slam her face in it, and I do not want her to ruin this. So yes, I'm just really excited to, I can't wait to see her in all these things, and just know that how loved she is, that people are making sure that she's well clothed and has something to play with. And I've never met Garrett's boss, and we've never met each other, and he's been working there for 2 years now, and for her to do this is just really, really sweet. So yes, that is all of the clothes that we got. But for this week, I know I just really need to work on controlling my mind and getting myself in a good place where I'm not freaking out about if she comes early or freaking out if she's healthy, freaking out, you know, my stress levels. If they get too crazy, because that'll stress me out even more, stressing out about other people's issues or stressing out. So my main goals this coming up week, I've already gotten down drinking lots and lots of water every day. I would like to drink a little bit more, but I'm not going to push it. I really want to work on not letting people bully me, because that has been a huge stressor for me, letting people's words get to me in my personal life, and I need to stand up for myself for once in my life, because no one else is going to. And if I can't stand up for myself, how am I going to stand up for my daughter whenever she comes? So that is definitely going to be a struggle, because I've struggled with that my entire life. So I know I'm not going to conquer that in a week, but that's definitely like the stepping stones to that. Also, not letting things get to me. And also realizing that I'm about to be in my 3rd trimester and that I need to slow down, because in my 2nd trimester, never felt any pain, happy as a little butterfly, just like they said, it is the best 3 months of your entire pregnancy. It's so true, and if you are lucky enough to have that. Some people, their 1st trimester sickness goes on to their 2nd trimester, but that's a very small percentage of women. But getting back into, I'm just worrying that I'm going to get as bad as I was in my 1st trimester. That scares me, because I was so unhealthy, and I don't know how my baby survived that. Me losing so much weight and being sick and throwing up everything and not eating anything. How she survived, do not know. Just not stressing out about making sure the dishes have to be cleaned, I have to have dinner ready, I have to have the laundry done, the house has to look perfect, I have to not be sitting down because that's lazy. You know, I just need to get in my mind, I'm pregnant, I need to lay down. If my feet are swollen, I need to prop them up and not just like suck it up. I need to force myself, if I can't take a nap, at least lay there with my eyes closed and rest during the day. And I just have to get my mind in the right way of thinking of the health of my baby and not what I'm going to think of myself if I disappoint myself. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I put too much stress on myself to get things done, and I either don't finish them because I stress out too much about them, or B, I get it done and then I'm in a lot of pain afterwards. So that is my goal this week, is just chilling the hell out. So guys, what about you? What did you feel on your 25th week? Do you remember? I know a lot of you are like a week or so behind me, so how are you feeling this week or this past week that you went through? Are you feeling kicks yet? Because a lot of you do have anterior plate subsina, just like I do. And I want to know, I know one girl on here, she told me that she felt, her and her husband felt the first kick, I guess it was a few days before I felt mine, because I had put up that I felt kicks and I said, don't worry, it's gonna happen for you, and it did. And she was just so excited. And yes, so I'm not alone with not feeling my baby kick, but I'm just happy I finally was able to see it. So I'm gonna try to capture it on camera next time it happens. But anywho, guys, so thank you so much for watching. I love you all very, very much, and I will talk to you next week for my 27-week update, which will actually be the week of my glucose test. So we'll see about what goes on there. So love you guys. Bye. Guys, so today I'm coming to share with you my 25th week of pregnancy. I am a few days into my 25th week right now, so it's a little bit late, but